ago. I'm hearing that you only got £500 for the record.
No, that was for just an ordinary day. I heard you say.
I heard you say.
So that's another classic, and then there's a completely different genre
big
as well.
Classic. You know what? Hold on.
Thank you. The Dammy Grace. Thank you for saying you love that song. Yeah, no, I've heard people have sort of found that out recently, because I think there's a lot of honest conversations going around with like a lot of musicians, and especially musicians of color and female musicians of color, saying how can the music industry do better by us? And we've had to just kind of be brave enough to be open about our experiences, where sometimes you'll get these amazing bangers, and it's like it's the producer or it's the the kind of writer that not the writer producer, or everyone else gets the credit, and you don't even know who these people's names are. And I feel like that's unacceptable. Now it's 2020, and I obviously in 2011, 2012, I still didn't have the confidence to fight for myself to have a proper contract or to have my contribution in the song kind of recognized. Now, obviously, that wouldn't happen because I've got a really, really nurturing team who are all about fairness. Oh my God, Ravimba is like, who do you need to fight? But yeah, that was really normal.
Oh no, it's frozen right in the middle of the story.
Are you with us?
Yeah, it froze. It's freezing. Hello. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. All right. Take it back a bit. Rewind it a bit.
I was gonna say. So wheel up, come again. Wheel up and come again.
So I just want to. The record. Give me the title of the record, because I know the record, but like, what is the record actually called?
So it's called Hey Hey, and it says Hey Hey by Dennis Ferrer. But sometimes if you check, it will say Hey Hey Dennis Ferrer featuring Shingai. And the problem with, I guess, like around that time, I just didn't really have someone fighting for me to have a fair deal. So it was very much, I think it was like, I must have got probably somewhere between $500 and $1,000, and kind of got told to sort of kind of go along. And actually subsequently I heard that, it's made so much. I mean, it's a great song, and that's why I wanted to be part of it, because I really loved the work of Dennis Ferrer, and I love a lot of house and electronic music. That's a big part of my background as well, like, going raving and stuff. So I really wanted to be a part of that track. And then they actually wanted to even change my name to Miss Noise, so they wouldn't even have to put my name on the song. And, it's just, thank you, Russell. But that's the kind of stuff that we were going through, like, as people of color and as female. They wanted to scratch any association of me with the song. And if I'm honest with you, I was so busy touring my ass off and just wanting to be as, to just work as hard as I could, that it was just another one of many things like that actually happened, bad contracts and all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of had to keep it moving. I didn't have time to sit there and cry into my Travelodge pillow. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever it was. So
Music Worldwide with Dan Blake.
Mr. Worldwide, baby.
To be as, to just work as hard as I could, that it was just another one of many things like that actually happened, bad contracts and all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of had to keep it moving. I didn't have time to sit there and cry into my Travelodge pillow. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever it was. So maybe obviously now we're going to find that those conversations are going to reopen again, because there's so many artists from, even people like Lauryn Hill and like Michael Jackson, and even huge artists that would happen to. And now that it's 2020, and a lot of music companies and record labels and agents and not Warner, but like, major labels, Warner being one of them, they've all sort of posted these big, these black squares 3 weeks ago saying, like, we're with you. What can we do to make sure that we're doing business with brown people, with black people equally, people of color? Black Lives Matter. We want to all do better across all industries. So now's the time, I guess, for you're going to probably find a lot more of these conversations happening, and you're going to find that there are so many hits that we know and love that could you really say what the singer's name is? That's just wrong. I feel like it doesn't sit well with me. Like if I've written a song with someone, or if I've had someone sing on a song that I've written, they've still brought their essence, and they are the carrier of this piece of music. How am I not going to make sure that people know that they're part of it as well? How am I not going to want them to be credited? For me, it doesn't sit well, and I feel like hopefully, we're getting to the end of that. And it's just a shame that it's because of the byproduct of Black Lives Matter that these conversations about how people of colour are treated in business are happening now. So yeah, Ella, exactly. Nina Simone, thank you. Joan Armour Trading. There's a documentary about her as well. So yeah, now is the time for us to sort of like maybe just even hold some of our creatives accountable, because there's a lot of people of colour as well that have signed other, kind of innocent people of colour into these contracts where they were shackled, for their careers, and it ended up messing with their mental health and leading them down all kinds of dark avenues. So me, myself, I have no kind of like ill thoughts or ill will. I actually just feel bad for a lot of people that have made a lot of money at a lot of, the expense of other people's talents, in terms of like how, are they going to sustainably going to be able to enjoy that money and that success if at some point the people that were part of that success aren't recognized?
Yeah, they've fucked over. Yeah, man. Thank you. I really appreciate you being honest about that story. It hurts me, man, because that I'm trying to think when I heard that record for the first time. Yeah,
it's still popping. Like to me, that record.
Yeah, that's a power. That record is a powerful club anthem. You know what I mean? It's a true classic. Like your vocal performance. The way you smashed it with the lyrics. You done an amazing performance, man. And I'm just saddened that happened to you, man. Really, yeah. This conversation, it needs to be had. And people need to be accountable, going forward, with what they're doing, and deals being made, and wisdom being shared, for this not to happen, going forward again, and But
you making space for us to be able to have these conversations in a safe space where it's like, it's actually really good vibes. Like we're having this conversation and we're able to still shed light and be like, do you know what? I feel like we are helping, this not happen to other people again in the future. So, there might be someone on this live who's got a friend who's a manager or who's a friend in a label, and they're thinking, oh, how can I do this deal? I've got an artist, they're just coming up, and, I want to make sure. And so, like, at least people are asking the right questions now. We can't change the past. If other people want to come correct where they know they've dealt with people unfairly in the past and they want to come correct now, then yes, by all means, so please do so. However, a lot of other people who have been wronged, it's too late. Like their whole careers were damaged, their livelihoods were damaged. Some of them aren't even here anymore. Do you know what I mean? So as long as it doesn't happen again, and people are now asking the right questions, and yes, it does concern fairness. Like it does come down to this whole supremacy thing that we're talking about, because a lot of those music business models, they weren't set out. They've been the same model for like the last 60 years. So they haven't been designed with women in mind. They haven't been designed with, with the equality and the fairness of black people in mind. They haven't been designed. They've been designed so that, it's an 80-20 situation. And a lot of, the white bosses of these companies who designed these contracts over 60, 70 years ago, designed them so that they could benefit from them. So it's not just happening in the music industry. It's something that we're now hoping to look at everywhere. But this time we want results, because we're not going to be marching up and down every 2-3 years. We don't have that sort of time. I think that now is the time to, bit by bit, industry by industry, to get some movement, shed the light, shed the truth, create the safe space for people to share their light and share their truth. And then let's find solutions. We don't have to stay in the problem. We don't have to sit in the fields of the problem, but we do need things to come to the surface now. So anyone who does have experiences that they feel like they're holding back, I think, just try and find a safe space to talk about it, because then you're actually helping a lot of these companies, which obviously that's not completely your job, but you're helping these companies figure out the right way while they collaborate with us to do things for the future. Time for revolution, exactly. So, yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Tell me like I would say a musical adventure, a fun story that you had while in the